going, bro. We hopped up on that bus. It's Chill, Hight, and Raji. Glad you came to whip with us. Got no GPS or telling what we gon' discuss. Shout out Thompson Farms, they got the melons and the nuts. We like a trampoline, yeah, we jumping on this beat.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Big Ugly Sports. Get on that bus this morning. We are brought to you by Premier Properties of Dublin. We are your first source for mediocre sports coverage, below average content, nothing worth your while. But we are glad you're joining with us today. My name is Chill. We got a couple of other big and ugly folks on the bus this morning. Let's meet them. Sitting to my right, he is a UGA graduate and a diehard dog. He can make a bottle of mouthwash stank. He's a Sour Patch Kid. He is the one, the only pride of Buddy Johnson Road, Mr. Adam Hight Hightower.
Me.
That's
every day. Every time.
I got a lot going on this board here, bro.
I'm just glad it's still working after you spilled coffee on him.
Yeah, it is. All right, and sitting to my left, we're going to give him this intro, and I'll explain why in a minute.
That's trash.
But
it's the Braves.
He's a proud former member of it. We're going Braves talk. He's a proud former member of the Marines. You mess.
Proud former member of the Marines.
Former? Yeah.
Some say once a Marine, always a Marine.
I'm trying to do your intro here.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I thought you were looking at me like you wasn't sure.
He loves to listen. He does not talk over people. He is
commercial and residential real estate as well as property.
God, dog, you got it.
It's him.
You
got
are
me rattled right
How
there.
am I?
Because I'm trying to get your intro in.
And you mash your buttons over there.
Start over. No. Just go with it. Roll with it. Roll through. Let's go. His
Start
intro.
over with his intro. Okay.
Start with his intro.
It's big and ugly, ladies and gentlemen. It's Raji's fault.
We're more
Let's
so
try it again.
ugly, right?
He is a former Marine. Still maybe a Marine. He loves to listen when people talk, does not talk over him. He is widely loved in Dexter, Georgia.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, to my left, we've got the pride of Buddy Johnson on my right. We've got the pride of Dexter, Georgia on my left. Mitch, the bus Lawhorn.
He's my favorite bus member.
I like that.
I love it. He's a great addition to the show. Fans love him. Everybody loves him, really.
How's that better?
That is better.
Mommy gonna be happy
Mama's
with
going to
it?
be happy. And I'm going to be happy.
Okay. Well, good. That's all that matters.
As long as you make me happy.
Because it's a 1 week thing. Next week, I'll be back with it.
But I'm going to have a good week because of that intro.
Just like we had to do
If I'd have known you was doing it that way, I wouldn't have interrupted you.
Well, you did that for sure. I mean, totally interrupted. But just like we had to do Hight, every now and then the intros hit home, and we had to do Heights a while back, give him some love on the intro.
But mine don't hit home. It's like what you say about Raji and Hight are true. But then what you say about me is so inaccurate. It's so inaccurate.
In your opinion.
Now the talk over.
Opinion.
Hold on, and the talk over and interrupt. Haley says I'm.
Yeah, I heard. She told me on point that was what you did.
Speaking of that, breaking news. At some point, I got breaking news. Haley wanted me to tell you about it. But
so is it like breaking right now, like as we sit here?
I don't think it's that important, but she thought it was super important that I make sure to bring it up on Big Ugly Sports. Y'all,
let's go right now.
Go ahead and go with the breaking news.
Sure.
It's a day, or they'll get it on Wednesday.
So just like regular golf, I hadn't played since last.
Oh boy!
So we went to Panama City this past weekend. Haley beat me. 4 hole-in-ones. The 3 in a row.
That's tough to overcome.
She beat me by 1 stroke.
And if I know, like I saw you putting, and I'm not trying to be negative.
Well, they give you that.
I don't want to be.
I'm that type of person that wants to bring my own putter to putt.
Of course you
do. But because they give you that mallet, that plastic mallet.
Let me ask you a question. Did Haley use the...
She used the plastic mallet.
Okay, so y'all were using essentially the same.
It is.
Same
now, what were you saying about his putt?
Hey, wholeheartedly now. She beat me. Now, dude, 4 hole-in-ones. I only got 1 hole-in-one. She had 3 in a row.
I'm willing to bet that
she almost had a hole-in-one.
Other ones that you probably had some bogeys in there.
Y'all been to Panama City?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's been a while.
My little man Charlie.
It was not a family trip when I went. Mm-mm.
My little man
didn't play putt-putt.
Well, we always stayed down toward Destin and up Panama City. Stay away from the traffic. But they have the most putt-putt course. Like we go to Daytona. Daytona don't have very many putt-putt courses.
Up and down A1A. I mean, literally every time you turn the corner, it's putt-putt course.
Well, the last time I went, I would just none that we really liked. Hey, okay. Charlie, my little man loves putt-putt.
They went from not having enough. Now
we could go.
They just didn't like it.
On vacation, we could go play putt-putt 24/7, and Charlie would be happy. Loves putt-putt.
See, my wife despises it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a
We're
surprise.
competitive. And Charlie's
fun.
like me
It's
now.
fun.
Charlie wants to play by the rules. He wants everybody to go to each hole together.
That's my kind of guy.
Peyton's not that way. He's going to go ahead and go practice that next hole 8 times before we get there. And then swear up and down, well, I hit a hole in one on
They
this
seems
one.
more like you doing that. Like
Nothing.
Nothing.
But long story short, I
Short,
kept
not really
short story long.
short story long. Haley beat me in putt-putt.
Hey, shut up.
I was a little
Haley.
That's super fan Haley.
I was a little disappointed.
What's her last name?
Rogers.
No relation. No relation. No relation. No
Soon to
relation.
be
to Tyler?
low. Soon to be low.
No relation to
No
Rogers.
relation to Tyler Rogers.
Get your swig. Get your big go up this morning.
Super fan Haley Rogers.
So we are here this morning. It was a rough start for us, but you know what? We're back in school. Teachers had to report yesterday, so we're back early this morning. We got to work the kinks out. But let's talk a little Braves baseball for a little while. You know, without Raji, he's not a huge Braves baseball fan anyway. So
Before we do,
okay.
have you ever noticed how when teachers have to go back to work, they act like it's such a humongous deal, and they're like, just don't even expect me to do anything at home in my regular duties because I have to I have to go back to work. And then, like, I was seeing so many teachers post that stuff on Facebook last night, and I was thinking, you know, everybody else has been at work literally the entire time.
Never break. Maybe a week or two off.
And then
People like Jay just out there grinding.
Yeah, well, and you know, I just don't get it because I mean, I stay grinding all the time anyway too. So, yeah, I mean.
I would tell you what, when we go back to work, it wears me out, man. Especially when I start that bus trip.
Here he is.
I will go to work. I'm done we get done with volleyball at 5:30. I'm at the house, sleep by 7.
I will.
Cash out?
Knocked out.
I will
for
admit-
a whole week, first week of school.
I think it was
Until
about
the morning?
Me and Charlie both. Charlie will fall asleep on the ride home.
9:30.
Sleep until the next morning. I wake him up to get in the shower.
9:30. I was asleep last night in a beanbag.
It wears me out.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It was great.
And we didn't do nothing.
How long did you make it on that for a while, or did you? Surely you didn't wake up this morning in that beanbag, did you?
No, I don't know. I don't know. My wife came in here, woke me up. I went and got out of bed.
We didn't do nothing. They gave us a couple of extra days of planning this year, and then they just filled them up with meetings, I think.
Nothing but meetings.
Yeah, that's all. I was in a meeting all day yesterday.
Anyway,
I got 30
I just
minutes
thought that was
of class.
funny. Teachers act like it's the end of the world and have to come out of work.
It is, though. It is. I was depressed my last 2 days of vacation because
You couldn't even enjoy your
I
vacation.
could not.
Yeah, that's a tough vacation when you hit it that last weekend because it's fun, but then at the same time you're thinking, man, when I get back, like it's go time. No downtime.
I sat there Sunday and was preparing to drive home from Panama. First of all, is depressing because everybody else is sleeping, and I got to go to work tomorrow.
But you know the exciting part was Big Ugly Sports is here to give you, you know, on that Tuesday morning. That picked me up.
Craig almost didn't make it this morning.
Yeah, it was hard this morning. I'm glad you did.
I'm really proud of you. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you're most, other than Chuck, you're the most reliable person we've got on the show.
I'll say.
Loyal listener Jamie Lowhorn would tell you I'm not reliable. I don't know where we get that from. That I'm not a reliable person. If it's something,
you could probably poll some people. They'd have some.
If it's something I want to do, I'm going to be there.
There you go.
I'm going to be there.
Hey, that's fair.
I'm going to be there.
Ain't going to be a great
And I'm
time.
going to be the first one there usually.
And one of the last ones to
with
leave.
me this morning.
One of the last
and
ones
I'll
to
be
leave.
one of the last ones to leave. Now,
But now if it's something you don't really
if it's
want
something
to
I don't want to do, if
Like
it's somewhere
work.
I gotta be,
Like work.
I'll still be there. See, that's where me and Jamie beg to differ. Like his wife misses way more days of work than I do,
That's a long.
and he says,
thing.
"Well, she's got kids. I got 2 kids.
I
got the same amount of kids he got."
We could check that. Remember that?
We'll check it. Like, listen,
check them stats.
We'll check it. Listen,
Dr. Kemp, I need you to look up for us and find out
Chuck,
if
we're not
Meredith
going to
Lawhorn
continue.
misses.
We're not going to continue.
we can't circle back that far. It's in the past. It's in the past.
Hey, New Leaf. I went New Leaf.
You don't even work here anymore, so
Yeah.
Back in the day,
What, are we going off of middle school wrestling?
No.
This is a shot at me.
We're going to call it several years back at a school we worked at. Could have been this one. I don't know.
Could have been Toombs.
Could have been. Who knows? But they had an app you could sign in with.
Now hold on. We did too.
We're going. Let's keep it open. Let the people. We're not putting anything in stone here, but they had an app you could sign in with, and some people would test how far you could sign outside of school before you got here with, and so.
Been there.
It got to where me and Raj were giving Hight a hard time about his tardies at school, and he's like, "I'm not tardy, I'm signing in." And we're like, "Well, we're not counting the times you sign in when you're not on campus. And he was like, well, there's no way to prove that. He said, so let's just go look at my sign-in. I guarantee I ain't got less. I think it was 10, wasn't it?
Something like that.
10 tardies in the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months.
So he pulls it up. We're sitting there, he pulls it up. He starts scrolling through. He gets through like the first 2 weeks, and he's got like 6 or 7. He quits counting.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I had to go ahead and click off that window.
Garnto got me when he was the principal here. We had the same app here, and I'm not ashamed of that. Well, it would sign you out in at any school, and it would sign you in at the board office. Well, I live over by the board office. So on the way to school,
Swing by the board office.
I'd click that button over there by the board office and sign in while I'm at the board office. I was never late. Garnto's like, there's no way he does not have a tardy all year. So he goes in there.
He was checking in at 7:10.
You can click the map on the thing and see where they sign in. And he went back and checked all of mine and found out I was tardy like 20 days. And he didn't give me a little note in my box. He's like, Lauren, if you sign it at that board office one more time, I'm going to write you up.
That's all it took.
Oh, yeah, that was it. I never signed in at the board office.
Some people used to sign in down there by Malone's.
Yeah, some people did.
I got him. I've done that too. But
some others have to.
He said, Garnto, I said, do you check every teacher's like this? He said, no, but you my boy. Make sure you doing right, Longhorn. You my boy.
Oh, all right. Let's before we dive into some Braves baseball, let's hear from our sponsors. For all of your commercial and residential real estate, as well as property management needs, give Premier Properties of Dublin a call at 478-274-1606. Their customer service is unmatched, and I can personally guarantee that they will work with you to get you the deal that you want. Again, that's Premier Properties at 478-274-1606.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
Are you tired of overpaying for your cable? Do you feel like you're not getting your money's worth? I've got just the solution for you. J2 Streaming Services. With over 9,000 live channels and packages starting at $15 a month. Visit www.j2streaming.com.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Beep. Bank of Dudley since 1905. Member FDIC.
Big Peach Car Wash, located across from Walmart on Highway 80. They will be breaking ground soon. Make sure for all your car washing and vehicle needs to stop by Big Peach Car Wash, located across from Walmart on Highway 80. Black Shear Beverage with 2 locations located in the Cordele area on Highway 280 and Georgia 300. For all your beverage needs, be sure to stop by Black Shear Beverage.
Also, Dexter Meat, we appreciate their donation. Again, they helped us participate in the golf tournament 2 weeks ago, so we are very thankful for Dexter Meat for doing that. All right, some Braves baseball. The Angels are in town right now. Obviously, this will air on Wednesday. We're talking about it Tuesday morning, so played last night in the opening game of the series, and something you don't say about the Braves a lot, but the bats were just kind of dead last night. Never really got going, and that ain't norm. So I heard Frank Cooler. I'm sorry. I heard Frank Cooler at some point during the broadcast when they were struggling. He said, "So is this what every other team feels like on a regular night, like inability to score and things?" He said, "We're just not used to this." So
was it? Now I didn't watch the game last night. So was it last night that Olsen hit a home run?
He did hit one. Well, several nights, but yeah, last night he hit one.
200th on the season.
Yep, as a team. Yeah,
I was seeing that on.
I think Olsen is second in majors in homers, first in RBI.
First in RBIs, 86.
So imagine this series in Atlanta right now. You've got the home runs and you've got the AL home run leader, Shohei Ohtani, and Mr. Everything. You've got the NL home run leader in Olsen, the NL or the Major League RBI leader in Olsen, and then you've got arguably the MVP.
Acuna. How many stolen bases does he have now?
51.
I thought he was at 50.
So the next closest team to 200 home runs on the season, 168.
Yeah, Braves got that stick.
But our pitching has to. We've got a bunch of guys that are injured. Max Fried supposedly coming back soon.
Well, let's talk about it.
AJ Minter.
Trade deadline. Do we go for another starter or a reliever?
I think another starter.
I would like another starter.
I hadn't heard anything on Kyle Wright lately. They don't ever update you on Max Fried. He's throwing. He should be back hopefully this week. But
his last start in Gwinnett was end of last week, I believe.
Before we talk about that, because I had a comment, but the stolen bases, to put Acuna in perspective, he's at 51. They were saying last night Ohtani's leading the Angels in stolen bases. He has 12. Their team has 51, and Acuna has.
I wonder where Ricky Henderson was at this point in the season, the year he.
That's a good question.
Set the record.
But do you put
how many do you have there? Do you know off the top of your head?
A pile. I don't know.
Do you put an asterisk? Not an asterisk, but you got to feel like it's easier to steal bases now than it was.
Was it 100 in a season?
No, he had that many. Surely not. Was his a season or a career?
He has the career and the season, I believe. But I'm about to check.
While you're checking that, but with today, you can only pick over twice before you can pick over a third time. You can step off and throw over a third time, but if you don't get them, they get the base. So there's pressure on that. As a base runner, hey, they're not going to throw overs.
Here's the thing: as a ball player,
are bigger.
All you can do is play the game the way the league.
Right? Yeah. No, but I'm saying, can't you agree that it's easier? It would be
sure.
Put Ricky Henderson in.
If you can get
130, 130 was his
in a season.
In one season, 130 stolen bases.
Oh my gosh!
He stole 100, 130, 108, 93. Those were his highest seasons.
Good Lord! I don't. So was
130?
Was it easier?
Well, here's the thing. You say that it is easy, but I guarantee talent's better now than it was back then.
Pitchers are throwing harder too.
His career, when I remember watching that game,
130. I mean,
because in that game, he got on 3 times, and 2 of the times he stole second in the career one, and his last in that game, his last stolen base, he stole third. I like when they steal third. I thought it was a little more
1,406 career stolen bases.
That's insane. That's I feel like the 130 would never be touched. I mean, Acuna
at age 39, he stole 66 bases. At age 41, he was. Oh my goodness!
What about another record?
Age 41, he stole 30 bases.
How many he's still at 70?
He didn't get that old.
I'm 44. I mean, he's still when he was 44. Because I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not stealing anything.
Let's see.
None.
He stole 3.
Bubble gum.
He stole 3.
But you think
3? Only 3? Oh, he probably was over.
Acuna had what 40 at All-Star break. So you 40 at the All-Star break, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!" You double that, you're still 50 short of his.
He stole 25.
I feel like there's another record.
25 stolen bases at 42 years old.
The strikeouts in a season. Wow. I feel like that record will never be touched because you don't have pitchers that pitch complete games anymore.
No.
Like they'll pitch like 5 innings.
And Cal Ripken's will never be touched. The Iron Man.
Who owns is it Nolan Ryan?
I think it's Nolan Ryan.
You know how many Cy Youngs he won?
I don't think any.
Zero.
That's nuts.
I wouldn't have normally guessed that, but I could tell it had to be.
I think I'd heard that before somewhere.
All right. So I saw where the Braves potentially may be trying to pick up. I lost his name. Verlander.
I'd heard
from the Mets.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
How about the Mets?
Spend all that money and just
I like that.
blow it.
Braves
I love it.
Killing people.
I love it.
And one of the least paid players.
How do you think Big Frank feels from Barstool? This has got to be it for him. I mean, they're 18 and a half games back. They're
How many
unloading.
shirts has he ripped?
Golly.
Dude, he is going to be irate, too.
They're unloading. I
like it better when it's close toward the end of the season and it's like,
he reminds me of somebody.
Barely
I can't
get by
remember
the
who he
Mets,
is.
and then he really goes nuts.
Stop.
He reminds me of somebody.
Stop.
Who? Chuck?
No, he's been ugly.
Me?
No, we wouldn't say that about you on here.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
No, Ohtani.
Are you being extra nice?
I saw where maybe Jack Flaherty was a name too I think his first name's Jack for the Cardinals.
Oh, and there's a guy for Detroit. Made an All-Star team, starting pitcher. I forget his name. They were talking about, and that seems to be more realistic. I couldn't imagine the Mets trading Verlander to the Braves. Division rival, but their fan base would lose their minds if they
And the good thing about Double-A, I feel like he's earned the trust of Braves Nation to trust that he's going to get the right guy. But trade deadline's today, actually, so it'll be over by the time that people hear this. But it's today at 6. Hopefully nobody. Acuna's little brother went to the Mets.
Culberson got designated for assignment.
Yeah.
I'd say one of the options for a better player is the AJ Shaver.
So trade.
Yeah.
I'd heard Vaughn Grissom's name tossed around a little bit too. So anyhow, let's
I hate to let our young talent go. I
won't get them going. I want to win right now.
Speaking of Ohtani, do you think now he's 29? He's played 5 years in Japan, so his MLB career is not going to be quite as long. But will he be like the one of the better players we'll see in our lifetime? You think, as far as just what he brings to the game?
I can't imagine anybody unless this becomes more normal. I don't. It's who could surpass that?
And it's crazy. What puts it into perspective too is to hear other Major League Baseball players talk about him, like they're in awe of him and how he's able to, pitch and all that. So,
because you think of the guys that do nothing but pitch and they struggle, like that is their one focus in life, to be a really good pitcher. They can't do it, and doing that and hitting bombs.
Stud. He hit last night. I think. What'd you say? I thought he was 2 for 2, but you said he was 2 for 3.
2 for 3.
He got.
I get
on base 4 times.
My Braves stuff.
Braves need him. Braves need him next year. They need to sign him to a 6-year deal.
Speaking of the Mets,
he'll be 35 when it's over, and then
no Ohtani in this series. By the way, sorry.
Who did the Texas Rangers trade for Scherzer?
Acuna's little brother.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I said it a while ago.
I didn't hear it.
You used to not listen, but I know you listen. I think that's cool. Misheard.
How cool would it have been if the Braves got him too? What position does he play? He outfielder too?
We got one Acuna. We're good.
What was the brothers that played a couple years back? I was on the Marines. I didn't really get to watch a lot. The Upton brothers. That's right. Justin and BJ.
But he changed his name. What was BJ's? He changed his name to
Melvin. He started being
Melvin. Yeah.
He started being terrible as BJ, so he changed it.
All right, I got 2 baseball trivia questions for you guys. Okay.
Courtesy of.
The first one is courtesy of Jay Bridges. The second one is courtesy of me seeing it on the internet. Okay. So here, I want you to name. There's 10. I think Hight will be able to do this.
10 people.
There's 10 Braves players or Braves people that have their number retired in the organization. Okay. Who are they and their numbers?
Oh, I don't know their numbers.
Oh,
sure you do.
Their numbers.
You know most of them.
Oh, I know Hank Aaron's 44.
Okay, 1.
Warren Spahn, don't know his number.
I think 21.
20-something.
Eddie
21.
Matthews.
41.
Then you're going to have Bobby.
What number is Bobby?
6. Chipper's 10. Glavin's 47. Maddox is 32. 38.
31.
Come on. There it is.
31.
Smoltz. 29.
I know one.
Dale Murphy.
Definitely Dale. 3.
And
I know the last one, but I don't know the number. Phil Necro.
35. There you go. Good job. I get teamwork.
What number is Phil Necro?
35.
I would have got it if I had another.
You was going to get something.
Yeah. I forgot.
You took his
because he didn't finish with the Braves, which Dale Murphy didn't either. But
that's a pretty good list of 10.
Did the Phillies retire Murphy's number? But he wasn't really with them very long.
I don't know.
And like Maddox, did the Cubs retire Maddox's number? They should have. He played for them for a while. He had some good seasons with them.
Does 25 ever get retired for the Braves for Andrew?
If he gets into the Hall of Fame, yes.
You think it's pending on Hall of Fame?
He should be in the Hall of Fame, but now his career dropped off. Like his batting average is really bad.
But when he was going,
years. But man, for a decade, he was the best center fielder in baseball.
Yeah. A guy I really liked growing up was back when those worst first seasons that played with him. I know his number will never get retired, and he'll probably never be in. Ron Gant. Yeah, used to be one of my favorite Braves.
Tell me how
he had the biggest arms.
Why is Fred McGriff in the Hall of Fame, but Dale Murphy's not, or Andrew Jones is not?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
I don't know. Dale Murphy was National League MVP, I think, 2 years in a row.
He was.
I mean, I don't understand how you don't put that guy in the Hall of Fame.
When I think Fred McGriff, like I think, good Brave, but like now again, I was younger, but I don't think like the elite Hall of Fame.
He didn't play for the Braves long enough.
In all the teams, you think about all the teams he played for: with Padres, Blue Jays, Braves, Tampa Bay. Like I think he was with every team, maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 years.
That was back in the years too that the Braves would trade first baseman's like underwear. I mean, that was like going out of style. It was like every other year was getting a new face. Andres Galarraga played with us, the old big cat, for a couple of years.
Teixeira. Yeah.
That Teixeira trade was a terrible trade by the Braves. Gave up a lot and only got Teixeira for 1 year.
Then we had old guy that used to come down here and
what was the
eat
other?
at Buffaloes all the time.
Ryan Klesko?
Klesko.
I saw him at about a year and a half ago at Firehouse.
Did you talk to him?
He was in the travel, they were playing travel ball. No, I didn't.
Wasn't softball.
No, had some Klesko shirt on too.
Well, yeah, at travel ball, he's got his own team, travel ball team. What's the guy that used to play with the Cardinals? Like Vince Coleman or somebody. There's a guy that used to play with the Cardinals that's got a travel ball team too. He'll usually bring to them tournaments in Dublin. He'll bring like 2 teams, and his kid's on one of them. I can't remember his name. He was.
What's the other?
It's like a shortstop or something.
Ozzie Smith. What's the other?
Nah,
The other trivia, I want you to name 3 baseball players that have played, could be current, could be past or whatever, whose names, I don't really know how to word this, but whose names have a food, either their nickname or whose name has a food in their first or last name. There's several. I just said 3.
Catfish Hunter.
That was one I thought of.
Ooh.
I got one. I give you a hint. I got
Jeff
one.
Clayton. Jeff Clayton and Don Markson would be
guy-
the best at this game.
Do y'all want a hint? Like they won't really give away. I can give you a team of one that I know of. There's the Mets. Play the Mets. While back.
Something burger.
Daryl Strawberry.
Strawberry was one I was thinking of. And then there's the other one I'm thinking of was a little outfielder.
Piazza? No, but that is pizza.
The other one I'm thinking of is a little outfielder that I think of a cereal. But he played for the Red Sox and some different teams like that.
Cereal.
A little center fielder.
Is there a Kellogg?
There's probably several people that are going to listen. They're probably naming people left and right. But these were the 3 that I thought of.
Corn.
No, what you got?
Cocoa Crisp.
Oh, I forgot. Cocoa Crisp.
And there were on the thing I saw. They named a couple other. I just didn't recognize them. But I thought that was a pretty.
Name
cool.
the other ones then. You didn't write them down.
I didn't write them down. No. Nor do I know where I got it from. It was on a reel.
I don't know what made me think of this the other day, but I was thinking of a picture. I used to have his baseball card. Remember old Ken Boyd?
I thought of that too. Yeah.
When you was doing your mullets, he had like a
Speaking of
Jerry curl mullet.
What?
Update the camera height.
Yeah.
It's now's not the time for a mullet update.
Why? It's just bird nesty right?
Yes. It's a little matted up.
A little bean
know.
baggy.
Rolled out of bed this morning and jumped on the truck and rolled on over.
Just flowing.
Jumped on the bus.
Flowing back there in the back.
It was getting on my collar yesterday. I wore a collar shirt to work.
Wow, we're there.
You was doing this all day?
It was bothering
Now,
me.
somebody told me, and you can put the rumors to rest, okay, if you feel like, if it's just a rumor. But some have said you reached out to our loyal listener, AJ Mathis.
Oh, yeah.
About who permed his hair.
Yeah.
So, is there a perm coming your way?
I'm tossing ideas
You can't
around.
wear the hat if you get a perm.
First of all, I do whatever I want, Law.
Cannot wear the hat if you get a perm.
But secondly, yeah, I was riding down the road the
Just
other day,
mesmerized by his?
and I was thinking about how good his looked when I saw him at Hardware Pizza. That was the first time I saw it down.
Not hardwares, like Roger says?
Not Hardware.
Hardwares.
Hardware Pizza. But I'm a Lions guy, so
you would know.
I get it. But I get it. But
I get it.
anyway, yeah, I had told them originally, no, I'm not going to get it perm, but it looked, and mine is not curling the way I want it to. Mine's curling in instead of out.
It's just trying to figure out what it's supposed to be doing. I ain't never had this. They don't know what to do.
He said his is naturally straight too. I thought his was naturally curly.
But,
I didn't know he got his perm.
His perm isn't like really tight. It's kind of a loose curl.
Wow.
And it looks good.
Not like Jake Shepard.
That's right.
Jake's is tight is smaller curl.
And I'm not saying Jake's doesn't look good, but just for my taste, it's not what I want.
Give me a 1 through 10 on AJ's where his is right now.
It's a solid 8.
Solid 8.
Jake's reminds me
Imagine a 10.
of the big boy from that signed with Clemson. The big boy from Jefferson that signed with Clemson.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Sammy Brown.
Sammy Brown. Jake's and Sammy's look just alike.
Hey, speaking of high school football players, we'd be remiss if we didn't show love to West Lawrence's own Jaden Todd for receiving an offer to Florida State over the weekend.
Yeah, that's
play
big
football
time.
at Florida State.
Nice.
So, I mean,
other than it's Florida State.
Yeah, exactly. So if we're ever, if we're going to NIL him, which he'll probably be reaching out to us at some point for an NIL deal, it's going to be contingent on him not attending Florida State.
That's going to be definitely true.
Like it'd probably be a great spot for him. It's ACC.
If he goes there as a freshman, that's just a transfer portal waiting to happen. Right? He's going to get there and realize this sucks.
This town's terrible.
There's nothing awesome about this school, and I got to get out of here as soon as possible.
But on a serious note, Jaden Todd to FSU would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Oh yeah, I would too.
I would.
Roger would definitely.
There has been talk of FSU leaving the ACC for the SEC.
I did see that.
Roger said Big Ten.
I did.
Said them and Clemson were going to.
I didn't see the SEC, but I did see where.
I don't understand. That doesn't make sense
For the Big Ten?
for those two schools.
Like to
It's a
leave or to
long
go
way
to the
to
Big
travel.
To
Ten?
go to the Big Ten.
They're going to lose a lot of money by travel.
Yeah, you think about you want those guys to play competitive rivalry games that are going to bring huge crowds.
Yeah, and your crowd's not going to be able to
Man, I
travel.
wish Roger was here because he's big on it. I think he likes it.
thinks
But
it's-
when he
You know
thought
why?
Ohio
Do you
State
know
coming
why?
there, Michigan.
He is scared to death of them being in the SEC because they're going to get mollywopped every time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, his exact words for that were if they were in SEC and had the resources associated with SEC, that they would be the Georgia of the SEC.
Well, just because you're in the SEC, let's look at
I just
Ole Miss, Vandy, Mississippi State, all these other schools. Florida's trash. Auburn's not good. They're all in the SEC.
Like I sent Rogers in a text that they'll become the Vandy of the SEC.
And FSU,
They'll be the Vandy of Florida.
FSU is, I don't know, I can't remember what their enrollment is, but they have a smaller enrollment than most SEC schools, other than like Vandy or something. But they're going to get some revenue sharing, but that's not going to make them be better than what they.
But what's your thoughts on all the teams leaving their conferences and coming to the SEC?
Well,
I love that, that people want to.
Do you know what
SEC's got to turn
do you know
some of
what
these teams
year?
away.
Do you know what year the SEC was formed?
No clue.
I think it was like
60s, 50s.
No. I think it was like.
I know originally Georgia Tech
it pulled in the old Southwest Conference teams like. So this then the first SEC championship game was like in 1994. So all these teams have moved over from different conferences. It's been happening for decades.
Yeah.
So
how do you avoid it being so too big? Do you kick people out of the conference that are way down?
Get them relegated to
swap them?
There's a thing on the SEC on the SEC Network, but ESPN. You can watch. It's like a series of like eight videos that goes back to the beginning of the SEC. I can't remember what year it was.
So
Height fact checking.
But I know Georgia Tech.
Oh, clear it.
Georgia Tech was in there for a little while, but left and then wanted to come back, and the SEC wouldn't take them back. And that's when they ended up going to the SEC.
It's a good call.
It is what I seen in one of the videos.
What you got over
So it was formed in 1933, but if you go back and look,
a little bit off from 33 to 94, but
no, I said the first SEC championship game was 1994. So, but my point was it has morphed, and changed for years and years and years, and so it's just It's really just being consistent in changing. It's just more of the same. But
I also have another question because I was in a heated debate with my brother.
Y'all tend to have several.
We
of
do,
those.
we do, because he always calls me out. And was like, I'm stupid because I don't know something. Did you know what position Vince Dooley played?
now what did he play? O-line or something? I don't know.
See, exactly, and he's a loyal Georgia fan. That I didn't know this,
And he went to Georgia, and you didn't.
right? That I had to look it up. He's not remembered for that, like I was doing in the thing. What? He's a quarterback.
A quarterback. Okay.
All right. What position? And Jamie's going to look it up before he texts it back. And I wish I could put him on the spot, like right now, live on the show. What
When did you
position
call him
did
in?
Pat Dye play?
I don't know. Quarterback, running back,
Tight end. Never would have guessed that either.
But here's what I say: who cares? That's not.
That's not what
it's
they're
not like
remembered
you,
for.
I know what position.
Which I think Pat Dye did go in the NFL for a little while.
I know what position Herschel Walker played.
Right.
because he's remembered as a running back.
That's right.
So you're telling me Jamie's going to contact you today and tell you he knew that Pat Dye played tight
I
end?
guarantee you he's going to say, of course I knew that. And when he does, I'm going to say, well, who was his quarterback?
And now you just told him that, so now he's going to answer.
No, he is. I know.
No, he's sitting there.
No, because this don't come on the air. I'm a trivia.
He's sitting
but
in
he'll
there.
look it up because I got to send him a text.
Law,
You
true or
gotta call him.
false?
Do it on the phone. Call him.
That is true.
True or false? Your brother's sitting in the air conditioner, and
He said he's been having to do a little traveling, a little riding. And they're not air conditioned. Those Humvees are not air conditioned. Or the one I used to ride in was.
Well, his
They're
wife
probably
told
not.
me he had a 2023 Tahoe.
Oh, does he?
driving it around.
Well, he's going, like, he was in Kuwait for a little while. And he can't really, I guess he can't really tell you where he's going, but he can tell you where he's been. He went to, I think he went to the United Arab Emirates.
Shout out Jamie for being over.
He was in Iraq for a little while.
do you think that
There's a lot of toilet paper to be
natives-
handed out of it.
do you think the
There's
natives?
a lot of toilet paper.
Do you think the natives over there are listening to Big Ugly Sports?
He's
I
not doing his job.
guarantee you, he has not got one person in his. I would make if I was. It's like a colonel or whatever.
Make everybody
whatever rank.
subscribe.
Yeah. Not only are you going to salute me, you have to subscribe and like Big Ugly.
I feel like we can make that happen.
He could do. Just one day. They don't never have to listen
He
again.
should.
Just
He should
subscribe.
send out a company email or something.
Exactly. No. Do it in formation right now. Pull your phones out. You're going to pull up. I need you to pull up Big Ugly Sports, like and subscribe. You never have to listen to it again. And then salute me. And then salute me.
Salute me. Perfect.
He likes that. That's like requiring people to call him Dr. Lorne. I wonder if he requires them to call him Dr. Lorne or Lieutenant Colonel Douchebag.
Probably Lieutenant
Here's the
Colonel
thing.
Doctor.
Here's the thing. How many lives could he really save? How many?
There's a lot of irritated
He's not
butts.
a real doctor.
A lot of
He's not a
irritated
real-
butts he's saving with those with that toilet.
He's not a real doctor. He can't save anybody's life.
It's PhD.
Doctor's worthless over there, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what I call him, PhD Lorne, not Dr. Lorne.
Hey, we got to make sure this week we get our Brian Subs post. The people are hungry, so we've taken the summer off.
But you know what? That was kind of a strategy there. You take it away,
Make
and
them
then
want it.
and then the people start clamoring for it.
So it ought to explode on social media.
Oh, yeah,
this
it's gonna
week.
go
And I got hit up yesterday.
So we'll have a winner
I
next week.
believe Chad Odom won a hat
Yes.
from J Baby. He said
remember-
he came to Chuck to get his hat, and then so Chuck sends him to me.
No, I said
I-
I said Height's got.
Oh, all right, I got you.
Yeah, I do have them.
That's what I
have
said.
'em. Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
a box.
And
Chad's been made known to that. He
I want to do on our Facebook.
Is this
Or-
something we discuss off air? So
No, I want on the air because I want them to do it by next week. I want to take. Let's go and do letters from the fans.
we
And
usually
or
have
just
we
questions.
usually have poor input from our audience.
Well, let's do it. From our audience, 2 questions, hopefully sports related. But if you want to ask about Hight's Mullet, how my mama's doing.
how do you want
I'm
them, how do you want them to contact it?
contact it on the Big Ugly Sports Facebook page,
Okay.
and they can send a message
Okay. Or Instagram.
or Instagram, or they can contact me directly on
Or email.
on Mitch Lawrence or email.
BigUglySports@gmail.com.
There you go.
Okay. We'll try.
And
We'll post them.
we're going to look at all the questions. We'll try to take 2 a week. And try to answer 2 questions.
I like it, Law.
I like where your head's at.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
So when we
I
get off air, I'll make that. Help me remember. We'll make that post. All right.
I got you.
I got another. Before we close out here, I got one more little trivia thing. We're gonna rank. We did this last week. With quit cheating, Height.
Ooh, he doesn't.
That's why.
He doesn't look the head.
Nope. That's why I hit him.
That's why we do.
No,
Look,
I just-
is that why
I
you
knew
set
it
us on the
wasn't
sideline?
He was probably the guy when you played Call of Duty too that was screen peeping you while you was playing, looking at yours. I had a buddy like in college I played with, and he would we would split screen. You used to have to share the TV,
Yeah.
and we would be playing, and then I'd sneak up on him or something. He'd turn around and shoot me, and then try to tell me he heard me coming. I'd be like, what?
My roommates in Athens used to get mad at me. Like Travis Pattisall would be one of them, and they would be anytime I'd screen watch, we'd be playing Halo, and they had a little tune they had made up. He's a screen watcher. He's watching.
That's
now.
when like they just zoomed in on that door, ain't nobody there, and all of a sudden you pop in, pop. Got it. Like what? So we're gonna.
I swear I did.
We're gonna rank. We did cheesecake last week, but again, I'm stealing this from the internet, so it's not copyrighted, but we'll do it. So you're gonna rank 5 humans, 1 through 5, blindly. So when I give you the first one, you got to rank him somewhere before you know the second one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're going. Each of you do it. The first one, and it's just people spread out. So I got Denzel Washington coming out the gate.
Strong. That's
I like it. It's
That's a strong first.
My favorite actor.
That's definitely.
He's one of mine too.
So
That's a strong first.
Top.
He's definitely
There's
top
no movie
5.
he's ever been in that I didn't like.
But here's the thing.
What I can think of off the top of my head.
What if like Jesus and George Washington come?
All right, Jesus is not on this list today.
Okay.
I'll give you. That's the only one I'll give you.
I'll go 2. I'm gonna go 2.
2. That's strong.
Because I don't know what's coming.
No, that makes it good.
I'm going 3.
3. Wow.
Because I don't know what's coming.
Live to regret that.
I don't know where the top 5.
No, you said
Too
3.
late.
Locked him in.
Yeah, that's true.
So y'all got to remember your list. You got him at 3. All right.
I'm good.
Second, Shania Twain.
Oh, piss.
5.
She's my 5.
It's an easy.
I don't even.
Unless Jeffrey Dahmer's next, and then we're in trouble.
See that?
Yikes.
All right. Third, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ooh, I see. I'm glad I left my.
As a human,
Just as a
well, I guess I don't personally know any of these
You
people.
don't-
As a human.
Talking about based
You
on their
know what?
personality.
But you know what happened was
treated
I started thinking about how he does all the things that annoy me about
Right.
15 dances and everything like that when he hits a bomb. But I'll go 4.
So you got 2 Denzel, 4 Acuna, 5 Shania, and you've
My
got
2, baby.
So you've got
Acuna's my 2.
Acuna,
3, and 5.
5. Is that ice good?
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure the viewers heard you chewing it. So, all right, next, Joe Biden.
Have I did a 5?
It's tough.
Oh, he's my 5. No, I got Shania.
You already got Shania down there.
But you know what?
Shania.
We're avoiding
apologize.
political views here, so just
Well,
it's
I
based
mean,
I'm not. I
he's
believe he's going to be
senile
ranked.
now. He's senile.
I believe he's going to be ranked, and
So I'll have to put him. I'll have to put him at 3.
I'm a social studies teacher, and I generally have my rankings of presidents. I believe he will be ranked by the time he ends, equal to or below Jimmy Carter.
One of the worst to ever do.
One of the worst.
One of the worst to ever step in office.
Well, his thing is he's going to be null and void because he really did nothing as president, and other than hold the office. Jimmy Carter did some bad things as president, like giving away the Panama Canal, blah blah blah. So I mean, regardless, he's got to be. He's got to be my 4.
Joe is at 4.
He's gotta be
Where you
my
got
4.
him, Mike?
I had him at 3.
So what you got left?
I hate that Shania.
You got 1 left. What you got left?
I got my 1 left. Oh, this is
so
going to be
you got
horrible.
It's gonna be bad.
Big Raji. Big Raji comes.
Big Raji's number 1 on both lists.
Man, that's not how I wanted that to work out. I did not want him 1.
Well, you did last time, and you left some good foods at the end.
But if I had to pick one of those people to sacrifice,
Big Raji?
he would be. I would actually probably, yeah.
We got to get rid of one. I mean, we're on an island, and one person on the island has to die.
Yeah, but that
Big Raji.
Yeah, it's definitely him.
Yeah, because you know Biden's gonna kick the bucket soon, anyways.
And Raji's got. I mean, he's lost a lot of weight, but there's still some meat on that bone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got to eat. We got to eat him. I mean,
so
all right, we're gonna eat Raji.
All right, fellas. Whoa, that's loud. Bring us home, Hight.
Be sure to check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Big Ugly Sports, and also BigUglySportsShow.com.
Check us out. Be sure, as Law said, email us at BigUglySports@gmail.com. Send us a message on Facebook, Instagram about what questions maybe you'd like us to discuss on the show. We want to hear from the audience. You got anything to say, Law?
Got it.
No closing thoughts. But make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Hit the
Like
like.
and subscribe
Look, down in the
on
bottom,
YouTube.
right down there, and right where I'm pointing is the subscribe button. Make sure you click that if you're listening. And also give us some thumbs up. Let us know you like it. We appreciate all you do. Wherever you're at today, whatever you're doing, get on that bus.
We a work in progress, always room for improvement. Get up on that bus. It's a movement.